It's week 5 of the NFL, where London will play host to a different kind of football. It's the Jaguars and the Bills, next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Buffalo Bills. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, last week you and I were up at Wembley Stadium for the Jags and Falcons. This week the venue shifts about 12 miles east to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as the Jags, coming off a loss to Atlanta. The Bills defense ready to go and in good form, coming off the shutout a week ago. And the one we'll be watching is this man at corner.
And he was definitely a ball hawk last week. He had 2 interceptions in that game. That's going above and beyond for a defender. But it shows just how good he's been in shutting down the other guy's passing game.
Here's the rookie from Auburn, Tank Bigsby. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Well, this defense for the Bills, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of the game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Here's Lawrence. And he is caught.
It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, where London will play host to a different kind of football. It's the Jags and the Bills, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Buffalo Bills. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, last week you and I were up at Wembley Stadium for the Jags and Falcons. This week the venue shifts about 12 miles east to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as the Jags, coming off a loss to Atlanta, look for a split here. The Bills defense out to go to work here. Sensational a week ago in the victory. And the one we'll be watching is this man at corner.
And he had a great game a week ago. Just about everybody on this unit did in the shutout. It's going to be a tough performance to replicate, but this group, they believe they're up to the challenge.
On the ground with Bigsby to start the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The rushing numbers for Bigsby a week ago. 16 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Give to Bigsby on the option. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. A pause here for an injured player, and this would be an important one. Von Miller in some discomfort on the field right now. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Lawrence. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That's Matt Milano firing in from its linebacker position.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. The Bills defense ready to go again. They've got the 3-0 advantage here as this next drive starts, 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion! Take right open.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jack with a sack.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Lawrence. And a catch made by his tight end, Luke Farrell. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. This defense for the Bills, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one, that's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
The Buffalo defense back out there. And they're playing with a lead here in this 1st quarter as this drive gets underway. Bigsby with a carry to begin the series. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. You look at this Buffalo defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
This one complete to Christian Kirk. And Kirk is going to have the Jaguars first down as the tackle made up around the 33-yard line.
Heard a few naysayers talking when the Jaguars signed Kirk to a massive 4-year deal, but you don't hear many of those voices anymore. Not after over 1,100 yards and 84 catches. He's living up to the contract, and a good pickup there for a first down.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Red 23.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
All right, let's go.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
On play action, Lawrence working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. They'll set up a screen for Bigsby. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Gregory Rousseau in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. The Bills defense ready to go again. They've had the upper hand so far this first half of play, working with a good lead already as they look to defend this first down.
Hey, Lion, Lion.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram, and he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
The Buffalo defense back out there. They've looked good so far. This whole team has, for that matter, in the midst of a big first half, as this next drive begins 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there is no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Now Lawrence to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. The Bills got a terrific first half.
The Bills defense ready to go again. They've done a really nice job of slowing the tempo of this offense, and as a result, they've got a comfortable 3rd quarter lead as this next drive begins 1st and 10.
Red on red.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now loose football. The ball comes out. And this is going to get out of bounds. So they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well. Offensively, they're just not playing a very clean football game right now. This deficit, there's a fumble. Good news for them, at least. That went out of bounds.
You're exactly right, and as they breathe a sigh of relief, you know they're looking at the scoreboard, thinking to themselves, if we turn it over there, things could really get rough for us trying to make a comeback in this game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Lawrence will throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The Buffalo defense back out there. They'll start by looking at a 1st and 10 at the 25. They'll throw this out wide and complete it to Ridley. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the fourth. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to throw. Lawrence toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jags first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Hey, lion, lion.
And 5 at the 48-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. And he is going to have a Jags first down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10. Again, it's Lawrence. A short throw there to Strange. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Now Lawrence got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They go play action now. Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
30. First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Back to throw again. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, one team clearly was in control from the start in this one, Charles. They had things humming on the offensive end, a few passing touchdowns, and then their secondary on defense really helped to pitch this shutout.
Yeah, they certainly did, Brandon, and let's face it, it may be cliche, but that secondary, they brought their no-fly zone signs to this one, didn't they? Shut down everything in the airways, and conversely, their own offense had its way through the air. They made sure their passing game was humming.
So for the Bills, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.